Tirana is one of those cities that surprises almost everyone. Most people arrive thinking it's just a quick stop before heading to the Albanian Riviera, Ksamil or Saranda. But then they realize Tirana has way more personality than expected. Colorful streets, communist history, hidden bunkers, amazing cafes, mountain views, incredible food, and one of the cheapest capitals in Europe. So the big question is, how many days do you actually need in Tirana? Is one day enough? Should you stay 2, 3 or even 4 days? And is Tirana worth visiting compared to other Balkan capitals? In this video, I'll show you the perfect Tirana itinerary depending on how much time you have, from a quick stop to a full city experience. So by the end, you'll know exactly how long to stay and how to plan your trip. Let's start with the shortest option. If you only have one day in Tirana, honestly, it only makes sense if you're just passing through. Maybe you're landing here before going to the coast. Maybe you're doing a Balkans road trip. One day is not enough to truly experience Tirana, but it's enough to see the essentials. Start your morning in Skanderbeg Square, the heart of the city. This is where everything begins. You'll immediately see the contrast between old communist architecture, modern buildings, and local life all mixed together. Right here you can visit the Hethen Bey Mosque, one of the oldest buildings in the city, and also the National History Museum area. Then head to Bunker 2. This is one of the most interesting museums in Tirana because it explains Albania's communist past inside an actual underground bunker. It's not just a museum, it helps you understand the entire country. After that, walk toward the Pyramid of Tirana. This used to be one of the strangest buildings in the city, originally built as a monument during the communist era and now transformed into one of the coolest modern spots in Tirana. You can even climb to the top for a great city view. For lunch, this is the perfect moment to try traditional Albanian food. Even if Tirana is the capital, there are a lot of typical restaurants where you can try brek, chofte, or tavkosi. Something simple to just grab a bite, but of course there are plenty of dishes you can try here. Or if you want something fast and cheap, as tons of amazing places where you can eat very well for very little. In the afternoon, go to Bloku. This is probably the most famous neighborhood in Tirana. During communism, only government officials could enter here. Today, it's full of cafes, bars, restaurants, and nightlife. Even if you only stay one day, you need to walk here. Then finish your evening at the Grand Park of Tirana or the artificial lake area for sunset. It's peaceful, local, and a nice contrast to the busy city center. That's the best possible one-day itinerary. But again, one day is really just a taste. 2 days is where Tirana starts becoming interesting, because now you can actually slow down and add the places most tourists miss. On day 2, start with the new bazaar area. This part of the city feels much more local. Fresh produce, small cafes, local restaurants, and less touristy energy. Then visit House of Leaves, another museum that many people skip but absolutely shouldn't. It focuses on surveillance and secret police during the communist regime. It's smaller than Bunkert but incredibly powerful. After that, if the weather is good, one of the best things you can do is take the Dajti Express cable car. This is one of the longest cable cars in the Balkans and takes you from the city up to Mount Dajti. In about 15 minutes, you go from traffic and city noise to fresh mountain air and panoramic views over Tirana. Honestly, this is one of the most underrated experiences in the city. You can have lunch there, walk around, or simply enjoy the view. At night, come back to Bloku for dinner and nightlife. Tirana is famous for cafe culture and nightlife. People here go out late, dinner starts late, bars get busy late, and the city feels alive until very late. With 2 days, Tirana already feels much more complete, but 3 days is probably the sweet spot. This is what I would personally recommend for most travelers, because with 3 days you can enjoy the city without rushing and also add one amazing day trip. The best option, Krujë, only about 1 hour from Tirana and one of the most important historical towns in Albania. This is where you'll find Krujë Castle and the story of Skanderbeg, Albania's national hero. The old bazaar here is beautiful, full of traditional handmade souvenirs, carpets, local crafts, and mountain views. It feels completely different from Tirana, much more traditional, much more historic. If you want to understand Albania beyond the capital, this is the best day trip. Another great option could be Berat if you have a full day and start early. But for most people, Krujë works better from Tirana, just for the distance. Then return to Tirana for your final evening and enjoy a rooftop dinner or drinks with city views. For example, here on top of the Sky Bar. Now let's talk about 4 days or more. Is it worth it? Yes, but only if you want to travel slower. 4 days allows you to combine Tirana with Krujë and Dajti Mountain comfortably, plus enjoy the city without stress. 5 to 7 days only makes sense if you're using Tirana as a base for exploring Albania. For example, Tirana plus Krujë plus Berat plus Shkodër, or Tirana plus Bovilla Lake plus Durrës plus the Riviera after. But for Tirana itself, the ideal stay is really 2 to 3 full days. That's the perfect balance. Now, a quick mistake many travelers make. They underestimate transportation. Tirana is walkable in the center, yes, but for day trips, airport transfers, and places like Dajti, planning matters. Taxis are cheap compared to Western Europe, but always use official apps or agree on the price first. Public buses exist and are very cheap, but they can be confusing if it's your first time. If you're planning multiple day trips, renting a car can be useful, but inside Tirana itself, honestly, you do not need one. Traffic can be chaotic and parking is annoying. Walking and taxis are usually much easier. Another important question: when is the best time to visit? Spring and autumn are the best. April, May, June, September and October, warm weather, fewer crowds and much better temperature for walking around. Summer can be extremely hot, especially July and August. And winter is quieter, cheaper, but less ideal for day trips. So, how many days should you stay in Tirana? 1 day only if you're passing through. 2 days for the main highlights. 3 days is the perfect itinerary. 4 days if you want a slower experience. 5 or more only if Tirana becomes your base for exploring Albania. And honestly, that's what makes Tirana special. It's not a city of huge famous landmarks. It's a city of atmosphere. Good food, unexpected history, late night cafes, mountain views, and that feeling of discovering somewhere before everyone else does. That's why so many people end up liking Tirana more than they expected. And that's it for this video, guys. If you're planning your trip, check the description for useful links for tours, airport transfers, eSIM, and day trips like Krujë and Mount Dajti. And if you're visiting Albania soon, also watch our video about the top places you can't miss in Tirana and the things you should know before visiting. And stay tuned, because in the next videos we're going to talk about different destinations and places in Albania, like Lora, Saranda, Berat, Ksamil and Gjirokastër. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.